back from the dead, back from the dead, back from the dead, back from the dead.
What's up guys, Twitchy here, and welcome to part 11 in the ARK Server Manager series. Today we're going over structures. If you don't need structures, feel free to skip in the playlist to sections that you do need, but if you do need structures, hold on tight because we're going to get into it. Alright, so let's get into structures. Disable structure placement collision, I would definitely check that box. Basically just makes building a lot easier to deal with and a lot less frustrating. The structure resistance, damage, and damage repair cooldown, I normally leave those vanilla. Guys, you can mess with them if you want, but I don't see any reason on the PvE servers that I've been running to really ever mess with it. Again, with the PvP structure decay, I don't do PvP servers, so I normally leave that alone. Max structures in range, if you guys ever get to the point where you can't place any more blocks because your build is so large, or I say blocks, but if you can't place any more structures, chests, table, any of that stuff, you're going to need to increase that. I've had to have that increased one time on my Twitchy build series that I was doing on VT's Ragnarok server. I just absolutely crushed that number. I wasn't even halfway done with the build and that number was too small. So like I said, if you're doing creative, large builds, you may need to have that changed. Per platform structures multiplier and max platform saddle structures, basically if you guys want to do large builds on any of those structures, you're going to have to increase the numbers. You're going to have to override it and kind of increase all of that stuff. The allow unaligned dinos on flyer platform, if you guys are on a PvE server, there's no reason not to allow that. That's basically you're on your Quetzal flying overhead. Somebody joins the server and they want to get in your clan, but you're on your Quetzal, like they can come and they can land on your saddle. If you don't have that checked, you both are going to have to land. They won't be allowed on it, and that's just kind of a pain in the butt on PvE. Allow structures at supply drops. You guys can make that decision if you want. Basically, you can build there or not build there. Enable structure decay on PvE. Now, the only time I can see this being a thing is if you guys are hosting a wide open server and people are just kind of dropping in and leaving and never coming back. You guys could actually set it up to where those structures decay over time, and then you could check that auto destroy structures, and anything that had decayed over time to that point would automatically get destroyed. People's bases go away. You can do the same thing with dinos, but again, for small community servers, you really have no reason to do that. Underneath that, then of course you have options of what you can auto decay and destroy. Enable fast decay, I wouldn't mess with. Force all structure locking, again, I don't really see any reason to do that. If you want to lock structures, you can lock structures. I guess if you're on a server where you wanted to make sure that all that was taken care of, you could do it, but I've never seen any reason for it. Passive defenses damage riderless dinos. Passive defenses, meaning the spike walls. Does it or does it not damage riderless dinos? You guys can make that decision. If you're doing it for looks and you don't want it to hurt things, you may want to check that box. Hard limit turrets range. No reason to do it, honestly. You can, and of course it's up to you if you want to do it, but I don't see any reason to do it. The vanilla stuff is fine with that. Structure pickup, yes, we are going to check that box. I like doing the structure pickup simply because if you place a, foundation in the wrong place and you get 30 seconds, you can pick it back up and put it back down. Like let's just be decent to people on the server, But again, up to you guys. You can change how long they have to pick it up. You can also change how long they have to hold to pick it up. Allow integrated structures plus. I think this one's normally checked by default. That being said, if you guys are running a full-blown modded server and you want to use the old structures plus mod in that server so you get the full-blown structures plus, then you probably want to uncheck that just so you don't get a bunch of extra crap. But for the most part, if you're just running vanilla, then leave that checked. It's just a nice little thing to have. Genesis Part 1, disable building in mission areas. Of course, that is up to you guys. I could see the benefits and I could see the non-benefits. So that is the structures section in a nutshell. I hope you guys found the video at least somewhat informative and helpful, and I hope to catch you on the next one.